Hi, I'm Danielle Gagne from Commercial UAV News, and today I'm talking with Eszter Kovacs, Acting Secretary General for GUTMA and CEO of Manageld Ltd. Hi, Eszter, how are you doing today?
Hi, Danielle. Fine. How about you?
Doing great. Really excited to be talking to you about women in drones. So my first question to get us started today is, what got you into drones?
Great question. So I think it's vital that the business innovates to maintain a healthy and sustainable future. So I was always fascinated about this happening in the aviation. Innovation means evolving and thinking of creative solutions. So I always liked it. And after I graduated at the university as an engineer, I spent the first decade of my career working with multinational companies, focusing mostly on digitalization and the telecommunication industries. And I was a program and project manager, and I contributed to the growth of several companies. I led implementations, mentored, advised leaders regarding digitalization, and I think that was a huge part of it. But if I really want to tell the honest truth, the drone as an innovation always attracted me because of the open-minded people in the ecosystem. I find them really creative, and it's such a small, fascinated community, which I'm really proud to be a part of. So I would say one of the main driver, the people behind.
What is your role in the drone industry?
Yeah, as a leader of an association, my responsibility is to create an innovative hub for members to collaborate, to interact. And I also believe that education is also the key to inclusion. And I believe that our initiatives this year at GUTMA were really inspirational to many. I received a lot of positive feedback. So the most diverse organizations are usually the most innovative one. So I do think diversity is a powerful weapon, and inclusion and collaboration is the key to grow. My role is to engage with our members at GUTMA and, based on the discussion, understand their needs and lead the development of a solution, something what will answer to those needs. And I do believe through GUTMA and Manageld as well, I set up a safe space for companies, even to competitors, to engage, reach, react, be proactive, and mostly be open and be aware of what's happening around us.
What are you most looking forward to seeing happen in the coming years?
I think one of the key area is global harmonization. So, this is really a hot topic this year, and I really would like to see the world collaborate to develop that standards which serve these global needs. There are these huge needs from the ecosystem, and we need to serve that. And GUTMA, we are really fortunate because our membership is developing into a truly global ecosystem with large and small companies from all continents around the world. So we have the UTM providers, the ATM, the ANSPs, the service provider, the drone manufacturer, the universities, the researchers like NASA. And I really want to see those companies scale their operations. And I'm looking forward to maturity of the drone operations, such as delivery, inspection. So after we harmonized, I think the second, what I would like to see is the scaling. I think now we have really great examples, use cases, but the scaling, it's still something what needs to happen. And the last topic, which really makes me excited, that's the evolution of UAM. So I think this is really promising. It's gonna come, and I'm really, really curious about it when it's gonna come and how it's gonna happen.
So, what are some of the challenges you've had to overcome working with drones?
Yeah, great question. Challenges are everywhere, but I would like to speak about two major challenges. And I think the first one is to understand the technical complexities, and the second one is to understand the political landscape in different areas of the world. I'm based in London with a European background, and I think the European politics are very different than an American or the Asian or the African. However, the technical complexity is similar. And at first, everybody thinks about drones as toys. When I told my mom I'm working in a drone ecosystem, my mom really imagined, like a kid's toy, flying around. But the deeper you dig, the more you realize that drones are already here. They are used for multiple purposes and impacting the aviation systems more and more every day. Like, I'm telling you an example. Like last week, I received an email from facilities of the building where I'm living, and they warned me next day there will be drone inspections on the rooftop. That's our everyday life. Like, now I'm receiving emails about drone inspections at my own building, and that those impacts are significant and require significant changes, and something that is always very difficult to achieve in any environment. So yeah, I think that's definitely a challenge, but we are getting there, and we need to understand both the technical and both the political landscape of the different areas of the world.
Couldn't agree more. So, who or what has inspired you and why?
I mean, usually I say that my mother, who has worked in the same space for like 42 years, dedicating her life for young um, kids' education. But if you ask the business world, I should say that one of my favorite is Sheryl Sandberg. If I go back to 2012, she was elected to Facebook board of directors, becoming the first woman to serve on its board, and it's now the CEO of the company. And I should say that I admire women who not only succeed in their career, but also, focusing on to make the difference in people and stand up for certain topics. And I really like this attitude. Not just, being in the box yourself and progressing on your own career, but I think women in leadership position have the responsibility to speak up and advocate, to make sure that they don't stay only the one who achieved this huge success. So I really love her because, he goes and he's badass and he speaks about this.
How has the industry been able to support you?
I should say that there are a number of great leaders and innovators in the industry, like Lorenzo Murzili from the Swiss CAA, and some great models like Maria Scrott from Skyward, the Verizon company, who I would like to mention, and I think for me, support is more than just help. It means as well being able to share your thoughts, your vision with your peers and think together, connect the dots, connect my ideas, connect other people's ideas, and, just be in a safe space where we can share. And I should say that I'm really fortunate because I'm surrounded by great minds in my everyday work. Through GUTMA, we have more than 80 members now, closely 80 members from different companies, Wing or Andra Technologies or Airbus, but also Manageld, my own company. And I should say that this mixture, this is the best support for I can ask. These grain-minded people around me every day, I'm really fortunate.
So, how can we take that support and encouragement that you're seeing in the industry and bring that to the next level for women? And how do you personally define what the next level is, and what does it look like for you?
Great question. I was thinking a lot about this question previously in the last 10 years. I'm working in technology as a woman. And I think the world can be changed not by words, but by powerful and inspirational examples. So we have the responsibility to grow into one of the example. And I mean, I should share that I come from Hungary, like in a very small village near Budapest. And look, now I'm living in London. I'm a CEO of my own consulting agency, and I am leading an association, a global association. So, you know, what I want to say with that, I don't really have like special talents or anything. What is really makes me different than others, you know. I was always very determined, and I really trusted in myself and my abilities. And you know, I always try to develop myself and learn constantly. And you know, that's the way. Start with your own self, and build from that. And if I could do it, I think anyone can do it, you know. I really came from a very small place in Eastern Europe, and look.
Absolutely. It's really inspirational because a lot of people, a lot of girls think, well, they must have had all this other stuff happen for them for this to happen. But it really is that determination and having a vision and not being afraid to go for it. My final question today is, what are some things that we can start doing today to get more women into the drone industry in the future?
That's one of my mission as well. And I think, as I said before, the world needs positive example of female leaders, because without an example, it's hard to dream about it, hard to vision it, you know. And I do believe we have more and more. Like, you know, probably you've seen the Finnish prime minister. She's 32 and she's a prime minister. And we have the New Zealand prime minister who is also in her 30s, and they are amazing, great innovators in a young age. But if I want to mention Ginny Rometty, the CEO of IBM, you know, with amazing experience leading the world most famous tech company, you know. And if I want to mention Ursula Byrne, the CEO of the Xerox, you know, company, and I really love what she said. She said that I did not learn to be quiet when I had an opinion. The reason they knew me because I told them who I am. So I think as a woman leader, we have the responsibility to be visible, to show the next generation it's possible. Also, on the other hand, diversity have to be visible. And I would like to say it's not only women. I mean, diversity has a lot of other aspects: color, disability, age, culture. And if we have a diverse organization, end of the day, we will end up having the right skill set for each situation. We cannot fail because anything gonna happen, we have the right skill set. That's the key, you know. If you have the right skill set in your team, you will succeed. And for that, you need to be diverse. And I should say that it's a fantastic pool of resource. That's a strength of a company. And you know, speaking about aviation, that's historically a man-driven industry. But this is why I'm really passionate about drones as well, because this is a new wave of innovation where we can create a new diversity space. And end of the day, we create products for everyone in the world to be used for a driver's ecosystem. How can we create a product if we are not diverse? How can we understand diverse people needs if we are who are creating the products not enough diverse? And as a female leader, I feel responsible again, and I think we are all responsible talking about these topics, put it in the spotlight, and together make the change happen.
Thank you. And hopefully this is doing a small part in drawing women into the spotlight and making women visible, which is such an important part of this entire effort. Thank you so much, Eszter, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Daniela. And I think it's a fantastic initiative you're organizing this interview series, and especially a huge thanks inviting me, and congratulations to you for driving this.
Thank you.